Can I just say though that
Yeah.
like this seeing I haven't seen this screen in such a long time,
Yeah.
and honestly, it just is like this feels right. Like this feels like what FNAF should have been the whole time.
Well, at one point it was because it was the only game.
Yeah, well, yeah, but no, like even FNAF 2 and 3 still had this same type of screen and same type of general feel, but then they just kind of turned it into something it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if we're gonna talk about timeline stuff, here, I'll click new game. Will we
Okay.
discuss? Here it is. There's the
Freddy
bot. Oh,
Fazbear's
I accidentally.
Pizza!
Oh, I skipped it. No. All right. Well, that's fine.
Why'd you skip it, you fool?
Because I was trying to click on his nose, but that skips the
Ah,
newspaper. You're not meant to do that.
you you a fucked up guy.
All right. Here I am. Now here's
Here
the
you are with
strategy.
your spider webby office.
There, there, and then you do this, that, like boom, boom, boom,
Yep.
boom, 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 boom. That's the strategy.
So, remind me if I'm incorrect or not, but
I'm not listening to him.
oh my god, what is happening to your screen? It's like there's a wibbly wobbly on like the posters next to the actual big
That's
poster
how
on
the
like the
game is.
drawings.
I,
Oh my god, is that
yeah.
always been like that?
Yes. Yes. Casey didn't know. So Doc has never actually played like that really that many FNAF games.
I played them
Even
all in VR.
yeah, but that's not how the games are at all.
That's true.
They're,
That's
they're,
true.
they're like
This
flash
is true.
games. Like the first like three are like cheapo flash games and playing it. They're just really really good flash games, basically. Not made in
Yeah.
Flash, but that's what they feel like.
Mm.
Um, hopefully I don't die in night one. But anyway, so is that yeah, that wibbly wobbly is, I don't know why that is, but that's how it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow I'm a major fan of FNAF without actually have playing like half the games.
Yeah, that's what most FNAF fans are like, which I like
True.
don't like for some reason, because I don't know, it's fine creatively, but then to
Mm.
entertain oneself, like the community just sort of makes whatever the hell, which
Mm.
isn't relevant to FNAF. Like playing the game gets, oh, I'm
Oh,
hallucinating.
there you go.
That was actually, that got me for a second because I was like, what did I do wrong? But I'm fine. So is that like the people who play, FNAF or don't play FNAF but make content about it, like
Mm.
they are missing a little bit of the point of the games. Not
Yeah.
that what they make is dumb, but that playing the games would actually give one like information on what is interesting and captivating about it, right? It would slow down the sprawl of like weird nonsense in the creation
Mm.
of things, right? Because there's an
Mm.
anchoring point. Everyone's played the games, but FNAF, most people haven't played the games.
Mm.
Now, the
Good
games aren't
question.
really that fun at this point, but it's still interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, why do you look back and actually look at the show stage, like with the three of
It's
them?
muscle. I'm building up muscle memory for when Freddy becomes active later in the week.
Well, I know that, but like
If
whenever I played, and I beat the game because I actually played, I think this version, like the actual proper version, and I never remember actually looking at the show stage. I always just put it on Foxy's and left it there.
yeah, this is I don't think this is actually optimal strategy. I think with like FNAF is that a lot of what
You're
people
one
thought
hour
was
in and a quarter of your power is gone.
it's
This
fine.
is well, it's
Um,
night one, so
I'm
it's not
building up
terribly
muscle memory.
concerning.
It's
But
not about doing night one efficiently. It's about making it so I can just do this no matter what. But
true.
anyway, is that thing with FNAF strategies is that a lot of what people think is like necessary to beat the animatronics is not. Some
Mm,
dude decompiled a game and it's like, wow, yeah, no, people don't know how to play this. Uh,
mm,
but is that I check on Freddy to lock him in place
mm.
because
Question: Are
yeah,
you getting uh audio from? Because I'm not getting audio through the Discord stream.
that's a problem. I
Yeah.
can't help you with that.
Well, it's okay. I pretty much know all the sounds anyway. Did you already mute the phone guy or?
Yes, I already did. It's just
Okay.
door noises
Ah,
because the phone guy, everyone's heard
I
phone guy 1,000 times.
you know but honestly, I do feel like. So remind me if I'm correct on this, but in the game's lore and timeline, the reason all the webs and stuff are here is because this place has already been shut down, right?
You know what? So we're gonna talk about timeline stuff. Not entirely sure. I was super sharp on that at once upon a time. Oh, hey, Bonnie's
Hmm.
gone. I don't
Oh,
really
yay.
care. Was that like, yeah? I think the reason. So I know why there's webs when the first game came out, when this was the only FNAF game that existed. Because this place is podunk and run down, right? It just
Yeah.
is. It's a shitty location. Because
Yeah.
having a
Well,
fancy
it's because it's
location
their
with a,
last one.
yeah, no, no, no. I'm talking
Was
about
it?
when the
Was it not their last one?
no, no, I'm talking about actually not even their last location either, because of FNAF 6. But anyway, um,
Fair enough.
so is that what I'm saying is that like when the first game came out, the reason everything looked the way it does now is because having a fancy and clean environment is less concerning than a scary one, right? It's
Mm,
that you're in a shitty like Chuck E. Cheese knockoff and it's all crappy, right?
right.
That's why there's webs. Lore wise, that's why there's webs. This is because this is a garbage location, right?
Yeah.
So I think there'd be webs
And
even
this
if it was in
is the
business.
like security area. Like no little children coming back here.
Well, the thing that always bothered me about the FNAF games, I mean, multiple things bother me. Multiple things about the basic premise bother me. Is that like with just this game, it's like this place, it's like a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I screwed up the pattern. I'm gonna die now. It's like a nightmare, right? Why are there two doors that take power to be closed on either side of you? Um,
Right. And open when the power's gone.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
just
and
it makes no logical sense.
yeah, like who designed parallel hallways if the only thing that's ended them is a broom closet and a security office? Like that's not. You should be next to the front door in like a little side room, like in a just a door in a wall, right?
Mm.
But no. So the first game's like a nightmare, right? It's like a gimmick. But
That's true. I mean, architecture and budget-wise, make these hallways and this entire just going down to this one room makes no damn sense,
yeah, well it's because like the building could be half the freaking size.
right?
Yeah.
And save
Um.
on money and maybe be able to get the fucking cobwebs out of here.
Yeah.
But I always thought that the reason the webs were here, like in lore, not just for
Yeah.
creepy game reason, was because this place was already shut down. And because every time you play a FNAF game, it's supposed to be you're playing as Mike, right?
No, it shuts down after the week is over. I'm pretty confident.
Really?
Yeah, like in the newspaper flavor text.
Hmm.
Because
But so I guess then my question is, because you were supposed to be playing as Mike in this game, most people agree, like Michael Afton.
yeah, you're meant to be.
What
Yeah.
what is he doing here?
Oh, gosh. So, from what I understand from my game theory lore or whatever,
Well,
is that the reason Michael Afton is here is because it's because he's just trying to like look around the old animatronics. He's just following the animatronics, and that's kind of it.
hmm,
Like I don't really. It's not a super compelling reason.
right?
I mean,
Well, a lot of people think he's looking for his dad, and that makes sense. But
how is this looking
is
for his? Yeah, it doesn't
yeah,
really.
well, because he said, at the end of Sister Location, he's like, "I'm
Well,
going
no,
to
but think about.
find you."
I don't know. I kind of like don't. It doesn't really make sense because it's like, what's the logic in doing this to
Yeah,
find your dad? If you knew your dad was in this building, wouldn't you just like wait for the building to close and then wander in and break in the wall in like a
right.
day? Like,
Hey,
why do you
right.
have a job here, right?
Also the entire spring trappiness hasn't happened yet by this time. Because remember,
I am
William
I'm
breaks
amazed.
all the robots.
Am I gonna get through this first night without a single like jump scare or something?
What do you think? Oh,
Nope. I think I'm not going to.
I am here to talk about your car's extended warranty.
Right. This game. It's a little startling,
It's,
but it's a little
eh,
like I wonder.
what do
Uh,
you mean? Like, I wonder.
it's I just it's like it was really exciting back in the day, right? I
Yeah,
think I've seen all the stuff too much for too long though. You
I
know?
mean, I kind of wanted to just kind of touch on this. Like, when you look at this game kind of started not only like a kind of entire new like adaptation and interpretation of the horror game genre,
That's not
but
true. This game did not set out to do that. This game was just a funny little idea.
well, no, it's not. I'm not saying it's set out to do that.
No, but
It just happened.
well it Yeah, that happened after the fact. It's like this
Yeah,
game was just a fun little gimmick,
I,
but then it got really,
right,
really popular.
right. But that's what I'm saying is like this is where it all started. You think about
Yeah,
all
which was
the,
more bad than good
I mean, true,
because
but you
like,
just
uh, just real
like,
talk is bending like stuff like bending the ink machine sucks. Oh hi,
did
it's
you ever like what was your favorite like FNAF music
FNAF
like
music.
song?
It depends. I think one of my there's actually an answer to that, but I'm trying to do two things at once.
Mm,
A new one that came out that I actually quite liked, even I don't know if it's my favorite, but just the first thing that comes to my head was so the Living Tombstone, the Brony
yeah,
himself, made a new FNAF song for Security Breach, and like I don't
yeah.
really like Security Breach stuff at all, really,
Mm,
but this song was decent, because I mean it was a cheesy, corny, very dramatic song, but it was very creative, so I like
mm,
that one, but
yeah.
that's
I
not very
always
nostalgic.
I mean everyone always knows the original Living Tombstone uh like FNAF 1 song. And I really enjoyed that, but actually in recent time I've really begun to enjoy It's Been So Long, the FNAF 2 song they made.
You know, yeah, that one's the big,
I didn't I
super
didn't
popular.
like that one at first actually. And then it kind of grew on me.
Hi. That's funny. I was a lot more freaked out by every time Bonnie showed up, but like Chica is like, oh hi Chica.
I you know what animatronic like scared you the most when you
Oh,
first started playing these?
Bonnie.
Bonnie?
Yeah.
Well, is that like in out of the entire series or just out
Oh,
of
out
this
of the
game?
entire series, I've only really played FNAF 1 and 2 seriously, with only some FNAF 3. FNAF
Mm.
4 freaked me out the most though. Oh hey, I'm gonna be in trouble soon.
Oh yeah, you finna die.
I was playing this like it's night 6, so it's kind of
Yeah.
down to the wire. All right. Don't murder me.
Um,
Very cool.
I think Night Marionette was the one that like scared me the most.
Yes, I cannot believe I'm dying on night 2. I was doing it too fast. By the way, did you know wiggling and staying still doesn't really affect how long the timer is?
Really? So you
Yeah,
can wiggle
it's
waggle and it'll
yeah,
do
it doesn't
whatever.
really mean anything. Oh, I got the
Hmm.
long opening. I have a decent chance of surviving this, I think.
Decent. Okay.
Yep, yeah, pretty good.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah,
Survival.
he took
Survivor.
his time and I was near the end anyway. That was fine. Yeah,
No, maybe don't let your power drop at night 3.
yeah. Wait a minute, if Bonnie is there, I don't need to check the light.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, I
Just
know,
look
right?
at the camera.
I can save like a bunch of time. I feel like I'm leaving a flank exposed by just not. Oh, hey, I'm going crazy.
Do you remember when this game came out and everyone was talking about Sparky the dog?
No, because
Really?
I first really like found FNAF when FNAF 4 had come out.
Oh.
Yeah, which was, to be fair, only a couple months after the first game, like a year at most. Like
Yeah.
seriously, it's they all came out right away.
Scott really blasted
So
them
I
out in
was,
the beginning.
yeah, being here since FNAF 4, even though that seems like halfway down the franchise, means you're here from the beginning.
Really, it really is.
Yeah. Or more like a third down the franchise at this point, but whatever.
Mm.
Oh yeah, 80%
So,
at night 1. I need to slow down.
oh, I just remembered the character that actually scared me the most. It
What?
was Funtime Freddy, actually.
Oh yeah, I haven't really. Oh, okay. I have to check both things now. I I've only really had proper experience with the first two games. I would say the animatronic that has the most awful, scary design to me is Wither Chica. Wither Chica has the scariest design to me.
I agree.
Because it's I have the thing where it's like you have the big scary monster, but for
Yep.
eyeballs you just have big, very clear, very bulbous eyes just kind of
Yep.
pointing at you, and
So
it always gives me yeah.
I'm assuming that you don't find Withered Bonnie scary at all.
Withered Bonnie just looks cool. Like he looks
Right.
cool in the way where it's like that looks like that's a good character design. I want to draw that character, which is
Right.
but Withered
I
Chica
have
is a
drawn that
night
character.
yeah. Wither Chica though looks like an actual creature out of like my nightmares. And when I say that, I don't
Right.
mean like it's scary. I mean like my nightmare monsters resemble things like Wither Chica, where they have the very big, obvious eyes looking at you, because it
Right.
makes you feel very watched and like, oh, you're about to die, predator locked on, right?
Yep.
So yeah, Wither
Yeah.
Chica's pretty. It gets under my psyche pretty good.
Mm.
Because whenever Wither Chica showed up, I'm just like, dear God, it's so tall. And then Bonnie is just like, oh hi Bonnie.
Mm.
Oh hi Bonnie.
You know,
Yeah.
I have no clue why. Well, actually, I do have a clue.
I heard like a tap tap noise. I don't recognize that. I don't know where
What,
that was
like a?
from, and I had a moment of like terror, but nope,
Oh
nothing,
God.
nothing at all. Don't know what it was.
Mm. Yeah. So like,
I'm a lot better with my battery this night. Also, Foxy is just like locked in this cage. Oh, actually, I just think checking Foxy too many times pisses him off more. I forgot about that.
yeah, you.
But I'm
For some
doing it. I'm
reason,
doing it so much that
there's like a balance. I think
yeah.
you
Well,
gotta like.
for utter optimum, I think for utter optimum behavior there is actually a balance. But if you just if you just spam it, then it's basically fine.
Hello there, sir. Would you like to
It's
talk about
fine
our
until
Lord
you
and
get on
Savior, the
higher
devil?
AIs. Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ,
Speak of Christ.
Jesus. Wow, I am at 27%. I did a lot better job this night with conserving my battery.
Good job. Good job. Slips. Golf clap.
Ah! Ah! Oh, it's gone. Cool.
I always thought FNAF 1 Chica did look kind of just stupid.
Without having FNAF like Wither Chica to compare it to, I actually thought FNAF 1 Chica was pretty scary, pretty uncanny. Like you can make it
Mm.
stupid, but genuinely, the big goggle eye is looking at you. It is like that's an animatronic and it's peering through the door. That's not good.
Mm.
And also
You know,
when you're playing the game, it's all different too.
I just thought of another thing that like absolutely came out because of FNAF, and that's the Walton Files.
Yeah, Wallen Files I just flat out like more than Five Nights at Freddy's.
I agree. Although, even despite the fact that that made me not sleep for like 2 weeks, and I'm not even joking.
I've never had that issue.
Well, it was because I was still like paranoid about like weird
Oh yeah,
cryptid
when you're
nonsense.
freaked out by ghosts, and I just went like,
Yeah,
ghosts aren't real, and you're like, oh okay. Oh,
yeah.
Foxy's already pissed. Oh, this is bad news. Bears. The first FNAF video I remember was like the second Markiplier video I'd ever watched, which is like
Yeah.
him starting the Let's Play of FNAF 4, and I'm like,
You
this
know.
is pretty terrible looking. Oh my god, and I just
Yep.
watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I found FNAF 2 with Markiplier.
Well, of course, that's how most people did.
That's honestly true.
Who
And that's
else?
also how Markiplier found a
Ah.
lot of his subscribers.
All right. Remind me to not get myself killed.
Well, you're at 85, and you're at 1 a.m.
That's actually acceptable.
It is acceptable. So whenever I played the game, my optimum goal was to have drop 20% an hour. Because mathematically that makes sense.
That's 120% dingus.
No, wait,
Uh-oh.
is it? Oh, no, wait. Oh, it is. Okay, fair enough.
Well,
But
I mean, Foxy better come. There you go. Yeah, I have to. So you have to
why am
look
I
at the camera for him to do anything. Interesting. Oh, he's already gone. Well, that was not a bad Foxy encounter. Yeah. If I die in night 5, I'm not gonna try for night 6.
I think you got this.
I got this until I dick up once. So. But yeah, we're talking a little bit less about FNAF now because I'm like, I've sat up in my seat. Why is Foxy so angry? Holy cow! Wait.
You've performed the gamer move of leaning to get closer to the screen.
Yeah. Well, it's that Foxy's like, I think I pissed him off because I didn't let him leave at all last night. I heard a. What did you hear?
He's a rebellious teenager.
Oh god, your giggle, I thought. Because I'm like, I know all the stock sounds in this game, and yet you giggled, and I'm like, dear fucking god, I'm going to. This is it for me. This is it. This is the end of times. Alright, you know I said at the beginning this game's a bit boring, right? I think I've seen all the stuff too much for too long, though.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm actually in the part where the animatronics do stuff, so it's like I retract my statement. It took not much to get me to change my mind. Man, like FNAF should have ended at FNAF 1, FNAF 2, FNAF 3, FNAF 4, FNAF or FNAF Pizzeria Simulator, like or FNAF Ultimate Custom Night. Every single one of those games would have been a fully alright conclusion to the series. Like literally.
Personally, I agree with Ultimate Custom Night being the ending
No,
because I feel like
yeah.
okay, so as much as a lot of
Hi.
stuff that came out of Sister Location and FNAF 4 and like just didn't make sense, I feel like there was still a good enough good nuggets of goodness that it was worth keeping.
No, I'm not saying get rid of FNAF's location. What I'm saying is well,
I'm
if
saying there was
FNAF's
just a lot
location
of
can't
stuff
be
that
where.
swapped that didn't make sense, and there was a lot of things that just got confused,
Well,
like the box and whatnot.
yeah, well, okay, so the thing of FNAF story, I want to make a video just about an analysis of the evolution of FNAF story in a way of how it could have ended, but it didn't end, and it struggled on, and it ended with more layers, and how, like, you have these multiple different, like, the fundamental soul of the story evolved, right? And if you cut the gains off at FNAF 3, you would have a very, actually, like, a pretty good story about
Yeah.
redemption and death and a murder at a kid's location and all that stuff, right?
Mm,
And it would have been a compelling, really good little ghost story. And it
right.
feels a certain way. It's aesthetically and emotionally a certain way that story is, which is the the
Right.
Squimpus McGrimpus files. That's
What are the?
those the it's the you guy's name is Squimpus McGrimpus. He made these FNAF FNAF analog horror tapes, and
Oh
they're
yeah, no, Squint. Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
He just set out to capture the essence of the first three games, and he did it really, really, really well. That's what the first three games
yeah.
are like. That's the first three games. That's it in its best form. Then you've got the
Yeah.
next phase, which is introducing the Aftons, which is
Yeah.
FNAF 4. Um, and FNAF 4 could have been an endpoint too. Like literally, like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7 are all good endpoints.
Personally, I
Yeah.
actually disagree with FNAF 4 being a good ending because if you got to the end and then FNAF 4 was the last game, you'd kind of go like,
No,
well,
it'd be
what the
like, hey,
hell did
that's
I just play this for?
no. Then
Right?
FNAF
Because
4 would be like, oh, that was Golden Freddy's origin story.
maybe.
You just have
Um.
that. You just be like, aw, and then because it ends again with the kids being set free, right? So it's just a
That's.
reiteration.
Uh.
It's a
I.
recap of FNAF, what happens in FNAF 3. It's just to explain Golden Freddy a bit, as in like just the life
Mm,
of the kid of Golden Freddy. That's all.
yeah.
It's not like a perfect narrative bow tie, but if it ended there, that's what people would say, and people would feel all right with that. I think.
Yeah. Personally, so like I said, my
Yeah.
personal favorite headcanon for FNAF is that it just ended after Ultimate Custom Night. You know, William's burning in hell, everyone's set free, Golden Freddy's torturing him, all hunky dory.
Yeah.
With the weird
Well,
inclusion of Old Man
it's
Consequences trying to
I
make it
don't actually
stop.
think
But
that's the best ending for the series. Because here's the thing with this is not an easy, simple question. As you go forward, the nature of the FNAF story evolves, and what it needs to be a good ending changes. So it's like it's a function. It's a bit complicated, right? I'm doing fantastically. Like really good.
yeah.
I am way ahead of
Um
schedule. So what I'm
yeah.
saying is that like, so the ending of FNAF 3, it's not that it cuts out all this lore. That lore was added on that had retroactively recontextualized what the story was. It
I
changed,
agree.
right? So ending
You
FNAF 3 was the cleanest ending point for
yeah,
all
that's
versions of FNAF. Whew! Okay, cool. Do I
Did
have
you
to?
hear the stim? Did you hear the stim stamping? And then you just closed it out of
Oh,
reflex.
no, it's I doodled it and I forgot to check on Foxy, and when I checked on Foxy again, he was gone. So I just went like, oh shit, and then I had to close the door. But then you have to
Oh,
actually
Freddy's
get
looking
him.
at you.
Yeah, that's fine. He
There you
does
go.
that.
Smooth, smooth.
But yeah, so
But
then you
yeah,
have to then you have to like you have to check on that hallway light to get him to go through. Which
yeah.
but then like that's so weird actually. Can you exploit that to make him last a lot longer? Is there like I don't know. Like if I survive this night, then I deem it successful.
I personally, it's my experience that if Foxy will give you a little time if you don't go check the hallway,
Yeah, that's what I was
like
saying.
camera
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, in your experience, have you played this game?
I have a couple times, never all the way.
I don't want to hear the spooky background ambience. Alright, here you
Well, I can't hear it, and I do want to hear it. So
go. No. I'm talking about
shut up.
the joy of creation. Isn't
Oh,
it like the joy of
the
creative service is the actual quote or something like that?
I don't know.
Um, it
The
is
joy
like
of
that.
creative service. It's actually just a restaurant like
Well, it's from
handbook.
Autobiography of a Yo Guy, which I don't know what the fuck that book is, but it's from that whatever that book is. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
No. The
I mean, I've heard of where that thing comes from. I just don't really
so the reason I started
remember
talking
much about
about
it.
is because you know the scrambled phone call you get after Phone Guy dies.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's a remixed excerpt from that book,
yeah.
and it's talking about like machines having life and stuff. And it's not the joy of creation; it's like the joy of creative something something. But people thought it said creation because people don't.
You
Be
know
checking
what? I'm gonna look up
machines
the
and
quote real quick. Just I'm gonna look it up.
stuff. Sure.
Uh,
Man, the animatronics have been kind of quiet, which is interesting.
well, no, these are just tips for the thing. What?
Look up joy of creation quote FNAF.
Autobiography of a Yogi
Yeah.
by Paramhansa Yogananda.
You think he's like Japanese or something, or Indian, or I don't know what the hell that.
Jesus Christ! There was an audio clip, and I was trying to just play
Hi.
it, and it started with a like noise that actually scared the hell out of me.
Right. Ah! My hand hesitated. Yikes. My pattern has been disrupted. My mojo has been lost.
Okay, sir, it is lamentable that mass agricultural development is not speeded by fuller use of your marvelous mechanisms. Would it not be easily possible to employ some of them in quick laboratory experiments to indicate the influence of various types of fertilizers on plant growth? You were right. Countless uses of Bose instruments will be made by future generations. The scientist seldom knows contemporaneous. Contemporaneous? That's a
Con-
word?
contemporaneous?
Yeah, it's apparently a word.
I don't think it is.
Contemporaneous, I'll look that up after. The scientist seldom knows contemporaneous reward. It is enough to possess the joy of creative service.
You mean
Yes.
contemporary?
No, it's contemporaneous.
Right.
That's what the quote says.
Fascinating.
But you were right. It is the joy of creative service.
Ha ha ha. I have been hemmed in on all sides. Oh gosh.
Oh God.
I mean, hey, I don't have to. Do I have to check Foxy?
Not right now.
Oh. Somehow I don't feel safer now that they both immediately left like that.
That's true. Cause
Oh,
like when
woo!
oh God.
Now that got me because I'm a little more like on my edge of my seat.
Yeah. But yeah, no, when they're both like at the doors and you have to close them, you feel a little bit safe because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you don't have to make a decision. Yeah.
You just gotta wait, and it's like a moment of solace, and then you're back into the hellscape.
Yeah. By the way, I've managed to keep Freddy on his podium the entire game.
Job.
Yep, that makes us significantly easier.
Yeah, because whenever I played the game, whenever Freddy decided to show his big nose,
Big ass through the doorway, his big bubble butt.
Yeah, whenever he did that, I always just closed the right door and forgot about it, and for like the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's not. No, you close the right door every time you flip the camera up. That's what I was doing at the beginning of this. Yep.
I just always closed it and forgot about it.
No,
But then again,
because that
Freddy,
takes up too much power.
I think one of the 2 times I played the game, Freddy came active in like the second or third night.
Well, it's because you weren't doing what I'm doing, which is obsessively checking. Like, you notice how my camera flipping works, right? Is I go Freddy, Foxy, Freddy, because Foxy just needs the time thing. Yeah. But the more you check on Freddy, the slower he goes. I'm pretty sure. So I'm like,
Foxy needs a balance, but Freddy wants all the attention.
No, Freddy just gets frozen. He doesn't want to stay there. Yeah.
What was their excuse for that in lore? Like, the camera light blinds them for a
No,
few
no, no,
seconds?
no. It's oh hi. It's just that Foxy is like a tsundere when it comes to being checked on, and then Freddy just wants to murder you but can't quite move when you're looking at him. I mean, it's just
So
super.
he's
It's
he's like
supernatural.
so he's like the peanut SCP.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just supernatural ghost logic. You understand the rules of the game, but you don't
Oh,
know.
I think Freddy's gone.
No.
Oh, okay, no, okay. I think he was just looking forward, and I didn't see him. And,
I'm
like,
about to
my
freaking
peripheral.
ace this. All right, you know what?
You could have shut it down.
Let's just see what happens.
What are you doing?
Eh, I don't know how long ago it turned night 5. This might have been a fatal error, but you know, we'll just see.
What are you doing, man?
Hanging out.
Stop. For the great. Oh god. This is. You're actually making me nervous.
Yeah, well, I beat the game basically, so we're just gonna see what happens. Hopefully, man, if the night times out before this thing goes, I'm very impressed.
Christ.
Oh, thump thump. I think that was Foxy hitting the doors. All right.
Oh.
Woo!
Fuck.
Let's see what happens. Is it gonna be the long way or the short way?
Give us some time. Give us some time. Give us
Yeah,
some time.
I
Come
think
on.
I can survive this. We'll see. Oh no, laughing in the hallway. I'm already dead. I'm pretty sure. No! Oh my god, I made it!
Oh god.
Bro!
Oh my god.
Freaking bro, dude! Oh my gosh. This game's not that hard. Alright.
Oh.
Mike Schmidt, there he is. $120. Valued employee, Badger Entertainment. 1112XX. Does this game take place in 93 or
checks
97?
in real life.
What?
Valued employee as a memo diagnosis.
Yeah.
That's
Bruh.
not. No one would ever put that on a check.
Well, people just don't make
So-
checks anymore.
Six night, 1 star.
Should I
one
try?
star.
I'll try 6 night, and if I fail, then I'll just. Oh, I don't have custom night.
Yeah, you gotta beat the 6 night.
I gotta beat the 6 night. I don't know if I have
Yep.
before then. Well, we'll see.